It's time for some Monday night basketball on the first day of December as the Tarleton State Texans come into Fifth Third Arena at the University of Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. My name is Justin Dedrick, joined alongside me Miles Essenpreis, our producer Aiden Riggs in the building as well. This is all on Bearcat Sports Radio Network. Miles, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing just fine, Justin. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing solid. Always ready for some basketball. Now, I think it's fitting to start this broadcast by addressing the elephant in the room. All right, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Bearcats dropped their last game against the Eastern Michigan Eagles, an upset that is catastrophic for this team. And there was a lot of discussion after that game is how can this team bounce back? Are they ready for conference play? Are they even ready for Friday night's game, which is the biggest game of the season if you're a Cincinnati fan, in the crosstown shootout against Xavier? Miles, what does Cincinnati need to do to get back on track?
I mean, Wes Miller is certainly on the hot seat after dropping 2 straight to number 6 Louisville and Eastern Michigan. I think the players need to play out there with confidence. When they go down, they often seem to quit on themselves and quit on this team. They need to stay in it mentally, as well as putting up the numbers from these stars that we have seen perform at the highest level. Baba Miller coming back, even though he is still injured, he gets the start tonight. He's been a star for these Bearcats, so it's really going to be if he can stay hot coming off this injury.
Bearcats at 5-2 as a whole on the season. Those losses were back-to-back Louisville and Eastern Michigan. 5-1 here in Fifth Third Arena as the loss to Louisville was downtown at the Heritage Bank Center. Their opponent, Tarleton State, coming in from the great state of Texas. They are 5-3, and they are familiar with the Big 12 Conference. Losses to TCU as well as Baylor. So they're no stranger to good competition. They play these teams. They made the tournament, so they are a tough opponent. However, they are going to be down 7 players tonight. 61% of their offensive production will be off the floor in street clothes. So they're going to need players to step up. They're going to need some unlikely hero to try to score, because this is one of the best defenses in the country. Even if the Bearcats haven't performed to the standard we want, it's still one of the best defenses that we're going to see all season. So Tarleton State's going to need some kind of replacement production to be able to score tonight.
The Bearcats are 3rd in the Big 12 in blocks with 5.5 per game, and they are 4th in scoring defense, only allowing 64 or so points a game. And interesting stat, they have a 12% non-steal turnover rate, which means they are keeping the basketball out of the hoop. With their defense is getting turnovers, and it just goes to show how good this defense is for these Bearcats.
Not an easy opponent to stop, though. Tarleton State, they've won 5 of their last 6, all by double digits. However, their leading scorer, Dior Johnson, who averages almost 24 points per game, he had a 42-point performance earlier in the season. He is an electric scorer. He will not be suiting up tonight due to injury. So you don't have a key player that you have to guard. Typically, that would be the Sincere Harris or the Day Thomas assignment, but Dior Johnson will not be taking the floor, so it'll be a little bit of an easier time for this Bearcats defense. But we know how good this defense is. We know they can hold opponents. This offense is a completely different story. They're 214th ranked on KenPom by offensive efficiency. They are dead last in the Big 12 in field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throw percentage. They just don't click on offense, Miles, and this is a team in Tarleton State that you can maybe get back on track, build some momentum. So what would you like to see the Bearcats offense do out there tonight to maybe get something going?
I'd like to see Sean Abayev take good, confident, clean shots rather than putting up these crazy 3-point attempts that have not netted points, as well as getting the ball to their star, Baba Miller. He's been critical, but he's been out with injury, so it'll be nice to see him folded back into this offensive mix, as well as Kerr Krisha, Day Thomas, getting the ball to the big men, getting inside, getting the points in the paint. I think that'll be critical for the Bearcats offense tonight.
Of course, the Bearcats will welcome Baba Miller back to the court and Mustafa Cham. Those two make for a significantly tall duo down low at 6'11 and 7'2", respectively. So getting down into the paint and putting up some points down there shouldn't be a problem. Miles, is there maybe one player on Cincinnati you're kind of keen in for? Who's your player to watch?
I mean, it's easy to say Baba Miller. I'm really interested to see him come back from that hip injury because he's been so critical for the Cincinnati offense. But I'm looking at Sean Abayev. All eyes have been on him all season for good reason. McDonald's All-American. He's been a highly touted recruit coming into this Bearcats offense with 7 new players from the transfer portal. It'll be nice to see if he can sort of figure it out. He's been having trouble with his shot, having trouble taking good shots lately. We'll see if he can get more confidence on the court.
Of course, he is one of the biggest catalysts for whether this Bearcats offense can operate smoothly or not, as he is one of the most prolific shot makers as well as one of the highest shot takers on the team. He needs to see those shots fall early to build his confidence. Starting lineups were announced for both teams. For the Bearcats, it's your typical 5, Dede Thomas, Sean Abayev, Kirk Risa, Baba Miller, of course, back into the lineup, which is huge for them, and Mustafa Cham. For the very depleted Tarleton State Texans, Jordan Mizell, Freddie Hicks, Leroy Kelly IV, Kea Isaac, and Osifer Owens.
It'll be interesting to see Sean Abayev with a .375 field goal percentage, yet he's averaging 11.7 points a game. He is taking a lot of bad shots, but he's getting them to fall. But Baba Miller back in the lineup, that's 14.4 points back and 10 rebounds per game back in the lineup. It'll be nice to see him back on the court tonight.
Those 14 points and 10 boards both lead the team in those categories, so he's one of the biggest impacts on this Bearcats team.
Him alongside Mustafa Chiam have 17.4 boards per game between the both of them. They're critical in the paint for bringing these offensive rebounds down when this offense, they tend to take bad shots, contested shots. So it'll be interesting to see if Cham and Miller can make their presence known in the paint on the offensive side.
Cincinnati will need both of them to perform well. Should be getting close to tip here in a couple minutes. Teams breaking the huddles. Of course, we have entered the month of December, which is always a great month for basketball. A lot of rivalries in college basketball. The NBA gets Christmas Day in 24 days. This is when the basketball season really starts to heat up. Conference play will start this month as well. Of course, a Monday night here, last week of classes before finals. A little bit of a lighter turnout here in Fifth Third Arena, but that's to be expected. Students, they're hard at work studying, Miles. You have to get those good grades on your last assignments in those finals.
I believe that's why Fifth Third is so empty. Either that or everybody's saving their time for Xavier here on Friday.
Of course, that one's over at the Cintas Center in Norwood. Cincinnati was able to defeat Xavier last year here at Fifth Third Arena in an electric game that went down to the wire. Wes Miller will be looking to extend that win streak over Xavier Friday night, but first, they've got the Texans right in front of them. Cincinnati in their all whites, Tarleton State in all purple.
Now, Cincinnati are 17.5-point favorites going into this game, but they were favorites going into that game with the Eastern Michigan Eagles. It'll be interesting to see if they can cover the spread tonight, A, or B, pull out a win.
Still waiting for the signal for tip-off. And now we will get the whistle. Osifer Owens and Mustafa Cham meet at the center circle. The ball is up in the air, tipped back by Cham into the hands of Kirk Risa, and he'll set things up for the Bearcats' first possession. Guarded by Mizell. Now gives to Thomas. He's working on Isaac, close to the half-court line. Gets over to the wing. On the left side, now Cham on the Fifth Third logo. Cincinnati working around the perimeter. Haven't gone inside yet. Thomas up top. He gets inside, drive. Little acrobatic scoop from him. Can't get the bounce. Rebound Tarleton State.
Dede Thomas might have been fouled there.
Mizell working quickly. He's matched up with Baba Miller on the perimeter. Loses it for a second. Gets back his handle.
Talk about mismatch.
Freddie Hicks working on Abayev. Baseline hook is off the mark. Baba Miller with the board. Kirk Risa pushing pace. Abayev, wing three. can't get it to fall. Fight for the board. Jordan Mizell gets it.
If the Bearcats are going to win, Sean Abayev needs to stop taking those pull-up three-pointers. They are not working.
Mizell on the wing, now up top, guarded by Dedrick Thomas. Looking to his coach for the play call, dangerously close to the half-court line. Thomas putting on the pressure. Kick it back out to Mizell. He's on the right side. Cypher Owens still on that right side wing. Back out to Kaya Isaac. They only have 3 seconds on the clock. Isaac needs to get a shot up. Step back three, and he buries it. Kaya Isaac at the buzzer.
Cincinnati has been so good all year, pushing these teams to the final seconds on the shot clock. A Hail Mary three-pointer goes in for the Texans.
Miller in the left corner, backing down Owens. He's in the paint. He's tied up. We'll get a jump ball.
Surrounded by 3 players as he drives into the paint there. Noticeable size difference, Cincinnati compared to the much smaller Tarleton State.
Possession arrow points to the Texans, so they will take it over. Freddie Hicks and Jordan Mizell work together to break the light press from the Bearcats. Creasa backs off and lets Mizell handle up top. Owens on the left corner. Now up top to Leroy Kelly. Swing it to Isaac. He hit that buzzer beater three, a possession before, and a foul on the floor before the shot by Isaac. Tarleton State will inbound from the baseline.
It'll be on Abayev, I believe.
Jordan Mizell will be the inbounder for the Texans. Finds Isaac in the corner. Isaac driving into the paint, and he shuffled his feet before the pass, just jumped. Wasn't able to get it off before he landed. That's an easy travel call for the referees.
Certainly not happy about it. Looked very distressed talking to the referee about that one. Wes Miller on the court.
Tarleton State in the lead 3-0. Only point scored with that Kaya Isaac three at the end of the shot clock. Cincinnati needs something. Thomas swing it in the corner. Creasa for three. He ties it up.
Wide open on that three-pointer in the corner.
Can't leave Kirk Creasa that wide open. He will punish you, and punish he did. Tarleton State looking to answer. Jordan Mizell on the left wing, guarded by Creasa. Now up top, Kaya Isaac. Working on Abayev, working his way to the right corner. Switches to his left, getting inside. Spin, short, hook over Chom, and it rolls in for Kaya Isaac.
Got through the arms of Baba Miller. Dangerous layup to be taking, but it fell.
Isaac with all 5 Texan points. They're in the lead 5-3. Miller a driving floater. He is fouled. Wasn't able to connect. Knocked over Freddie Hicks in the process, and Miller will have 2 shots at the line.
Not excited seeing Baba Miller floating through the air and then landing hard on the floor. He needs to stay healthy.
Miller, of course, missed the last few games with a hip injury that he suffered during the Louisville game. Now making his return against Tarleton State.
McKinley now waiting in the wings along with Sincere Harris.
Miller's first free throw hits the front rim and doesn't bounce in for him. Free throws have been a rough point for this Bearcats team, only 64% on the year. McKinley and Harris do end up checking in. Chom and Abayev will take a rest. Miller ready for his second. It is up, and that one falls. Cincinnati trailing by 1, 4-5, with 17 still to go in the first.
Free throws have been such a poor spot for the Cincinnati team. Nice to see Baba Miller hit at least one.
Isaac guarded by Sincere Harris. Now Freddie Hicks up top. Back to Isaac on the perimeter. Swinging around. Jenks hits the three. No, off the front rim. Rebound by Miller. Pushing the pace. Thomas has it. Already on the right wing. He'll spot up for three off the screen, and Dedrick Thomas takes advantage of the space and knocks it down.
Great play there from the Bearcats. Gives Dedrick Thomas just enough space to knock down the three.
Cincinnati now in the lead, 7-5. Owens gives to Mizell on the right side, driving baseline on Creasa. Has to kick it back out. Owens guarded by McKinley, 24 on 24, driving baseline. Kick to a cutting Leroy Kelly, the fourth. Short jumper, and he connects it to tie things up at 7.
Excellent dish from Owens there.
Sincere Harris off the handoff, kicks to Creasa, wing three. Gets Mizell in the air, driving, bounce pass down low to McKinley. He has it swatted out of bounds.
Interesting play there. Creasa no-look pass to McKinley, who I believe was denied at the rim.
That will take us to our first media timeout of the game. Cincinnati all tied up with Tarleton State 7-7, 5 minutes in. We'll take a short break here on Bearcat Sports Radio and return in just a few. Coming back after the media timeout, Cincinnati and Tarleton State knotted up at 7 apiece. 15:53 left to go in the first half. Cincinnati will have possession after McKinley's shot was blocked out of bounds by Kyle Isaac.
Gotta say, Cincinnati has not been looking that impressive nearly over 4 minutes into this first half.
Still no substitutions for Tarleton State 4 minutes in. Again, we mentioned there are 7 players down tonight. So expect this 5 to be running a lot of the minutes out there on the floor. Thomas gets a sweet pass on the wing. He can't connect from 3. Offensive rebound, Tyler McKinley. Gives it up top, Miller. Now Creasa in the wing, back up Thomas. Handoff, 2-man game between Thomas and Creasa. Now all the way back up top, 5 on the shot clock. McKinley in the paint, working, spinning. He gets the short shot to fall.
Great points in the paint there from McKinley. Dede Thomas missing a wide open 3-pointer.
Cincinnati gets their first lead of the night. Their second lead, 9-7. Here with 5 to go. Jordan Mizell on the wing, guarded by Creasa. Bounce pass down low. Hicks backing down Miller, spin and kick to the wing. Leroy with the 3, and he connects.
I mean, they're contesting these shots, but they're just falling for Tarleton State.
Another 3 for the Texans. Creasa, pump fake, gets his man in the air. He puts up the 3. Can't get it to fall. Fight for the board. That's 2 Texans fighting with it. Eventually, they figure it out. They get up to Leroy Kelly. Now Jordan Mizell in the lead, 10-9. Tarleton State looking to extend.
Cincinnati 29.9% shooting from 3 this year.
Mizell gives to Owens on the right wing. Now back to Mizell on the left. Bounce pass down low. Hicks on Miller in the baseline once again. backing him down. Long pass out to Owens, 1 on the shot clock. He needs to get it off. He does over McKinley. Hits all backboard, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Cincinnati's been doing this all year. They've been playing great defense, forcing these long Hail Mary shots that don't amount to really any great shots for the opposing team.
Quick substitution after that. Jalen Celestine came in for Day Thomas. Celestine, of course, missed the last couple with injury as well. Glad to have him back in the lineup. Miller gets it down low to a cutting Celestine, swinging around, crease on the perimeter, driving kick, Sincere Harris. Now he'll drive, spot up jumper, almost got stuck in the corner of the rim.
Sincere Harris shooting 48.8% from the field. Free throw line jumper couldn't fall, stolen.
Miller picked off the pass and then threw it right back to the Texans. Isaac a wing 3, off the mark, offensive rebound, O'Cypher Owens. 1 dribble, spin jumper, no good. Rebound, Baba Miller. That was dangerous.
Interesting sequence there.
Miller has been handling the ball a lot at the perimeter for the Bearcats. Now he'll get a nice pass to a cutting Carissa. Kick in the corner. Sincere Harris drains a 3.
Sincere Harris shooting his 7th three-pointer of the year. That he's 2 for 7 on the year.
12-10 is the Cincinnati lead. 13 minutes to go in the first half. Jordan Mizell switches on to Sincere Harris, working with his right. Now gives to Kaya Isaac. He has the Jalen Celestine matchup. Taking the screen, working to his left. Getting baseline on McKinley, has to ditch it back out. Mizell swinging the corner. Leroy Kelly can't connect on the 3. Fight for the board, goes out of bounds, and it will be Cincinnati basketball.
Leroy Kelly also taking a rare three-pointer now, 2 for 11. But he was wide open in the corner. That Cincinnati defense needs to cover that corner, which has been a problem all night.
Kelly already had 1 three-pointer connect tonight. Thought, why not try it again? If you have that much space, there's no reason not to shoot it. Sean Abayev and Mustafa Cham both return for the Bearcats.
Tarleton State now 0 for their last 4 field goals.
They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes. And clock will keep ticking as the Bearcats have the ball. Sean Abayev gives to Cham off the screen. He'll kick out, swing. Thomas in the corner. 1 dribble. On the baseline, swinging it around. Celestine finds it on the wing. He puts up the 3 and he knocks it down.
Excellent perimeter ball movement for the Bearcats, finding an open Sean Abayev for the 3.
Cincinnati up 5. Working quickly, Tarleton State. 1 pass down low. Hicks lost it. Harris comes up with it. On the fast break, Thomas working on Mizell. Stop. Kick in the corner. Celestine, another 3. Can't get that one to fall.
Excuse me, it was Celestine on that last 3. I said Sean Abayev.
12 minutes left in the first half. Freddie Hicks up top, guarded by Cham. Thought about the 3. He'll retreat out, drive and kick in the corner. That's Cade Douglas who recently came in. The floater is off the mark for Douglas. Celestine with the board. Now up to Sincere Harris in the wing, looking down low. Doesn't have his man, gives to Thomas. Handoff back to Harris. Kick, Thomas, pump fake, swing it around. They find Abayev in the corner. He'll take the 3, and Abayev can't get it to fall.
Sean Abayev shooting 24.5% from the 3 this year. Those shots just have not been falling for this Bearcat offense.
We know Abayev has the talent to make those. He just needs to find his confidence back. Isaac driving on Celestine, gets him to slip just a little bit, but lost his handle out of bounds. It's a turnover.
Cartoon-esque sequence there from Kaya Isaac as he got Jalen Celestine to slip, but got the ball lost in his hands.
Cincinnati in the lead, 15-10. Another low-scoring affair for this Bearcats team. 11:09 left. That'll bring us to another media timeout. We'll take another short break here on Bearcat Sports Radio and return in just a few minutes. Once again, coming back after the timeout, Cincinnati in the lead 15-10 with just a little bit over 11 minutes left to go in the first half. For the timeout, Kaya Isaac had lost the ball out of bounds. It will be Cincinnati basketball. Tarleton State, 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. They also haven't scored in those last 4 minutes as well. Cincinnati's defense has been stifling.
Something to note that a lot of these Bearcat points are coming from three-pointers.
Cincinnati has hit 4 threes. The other points coming off of one Baba Miller free throw and a bucket inside. Sean Abayev has it, driving inside, long Euro step, can't get the floater to go, gets his own board, kick out Sincere Harris in the wing. 15 on the shot clock. Celestine trying to go down low for Cham. He's able to come up with it and misses the lay. Another offensive board for Abayev. Harris thought about the three, gives it to Thomas, gets it back. He will put one up, and he misses everything. Abayev hustled, almost got it back to his team, but the pass was picked off by Tarleton State, and they are pushing. Mizell gives to Douglas. Now Hicks a corner three. He can't connect. Another board for Abayev. That's 3 rebounds in the last minute for Sean Abayev.
Hicks also hasn't been great from three, shooting just 12.5%.
Abayev, ISO jumper. He gets it to fall over Cam Thomas and the foul.
That's critical for Sean Abayev. Getting that bucket will be critical for him going forward, as that is a confidence booster in the ISO.
So Abayev's first points of the night. He was 0 for 3 before that bucket. Now a chance at the free throw line on the season. Sean Abayev, only 66% from the charity stripe. Able to increase that number a little bit, making his free throw. Baba Miller checking back in for Cincinnati. Jalen Celestine will take a rest. Cincinnati in a press now. Isaac and Hicks looking to break it with the help of Mizell. Hicks, he gets trapped. Pass is picked off by Abayev. The trap is successful for the Bearcats. Thomas swings it. Abayev for the wing three. Can't get it to fall.
Sean Abayev is frustrated with himself after that. That is a routine practice jumper from the three-point arc. Just can't get anything to fall at the moment, in quite a slump.
Another press by the Bearcats on the Texans. Isaac trying to break it this time, and they do get it across half court to Mizell. He'll swing it in the wing to Douglas. Now back to Mizell, and they will finally set up an offensive possession. Guarded by Harris. Mizell is up top on the St. Paul logo. Works to his left, gets baseline, falls as he shot it. Cham grabbed it midair.
Sham's hulking figure comes down with that shot attempt. I guess that's a block.
Thomas up top, gives to Miller. He'll drive baseline, Euro step around Hicks, and Miller gets it to fall. Smooth lay from him.
That is the impact that Baba Miller brings to this team.
Miller swats it on the other end. Plays on both sides of the ball. Baba Miller, welcome back from injury.
2 extraordinary plays from the returning Baba Miller. It is so fun to watch him play basketball.
Tarleton State will retain possession after the block, but a great play nonetheless. O'Cypher Owens did check back in for the Texans, and now Tyler McKinley will check back in for Cincinnati. Mustafa Cham will take a rest. On the Texans side, it was Cam Thomas who head back to the bench.
Long time to set up the inbound. Wes Miller still on the court.
They do get it in. It's Douglas up top, working on Thomas. Cade Douglas works to his right, gives to Isaac. Isaac gets in free throw line jumper, and he connects smooth, all net by Kaya Isaac.
Day Thomas was sold on the fake shot.
20-12, Cincinnati in the lead. Under 9 minutes left to go in the first half. McKinley up top, trying to go down to Thomas. He gives it to Abayev instead. Abayev hits McKinley on the roll, lost it, kick. Thomas thought about the three. Instead, Sincere Harris pump fakes, acrobatic lay in the paint. Can't get it to fall, but there's contact and a whistle. Sincere Harris will head to the line to shoot 2.
flashy pass from Day gives Sincere Harris the opportunity to drive, and he draws the foul.
Sincere Harris, 3 points tonight for him. First free throw attempts of the night. First one is up and falls. Harris has been one of the more consistent players for this Bearcats team offensively, almost 50% from the field, 9 points per game, 12 points in the last 2 games back-to-back for him. Second free throw, unable to connect, however.
Free throws. Free throws, free throws, free throws. Pass to Wes Miller.
Wes, take the 3. No, he'll hand it back to the referee. His playing days are over. Former national champion Wes Miller at North Carolina. Not ready to go out there and lead the offense. Instead, Kirk Carissa will be that guy. Carissa gives to Sean Abayev. Hasn't had the hot hand tonight, but he can get shots falling at any time. Set a great pass to Thomas in the corner, and Thomas connects.
You cannot give Day Thomas that much space.
24-12, Cincinnati doubling Tarleton State's score. Mizell, guarded by Carissa, gives to Owens. Now Douglas, the motion offense for the Texans, hasn't produced. They're one of their last 9. Can they get a good shot going here? Isaac in the paint, driving, gets the shot off over Abayev, but it's well off the mark. Carissa pushing the pace, tried to throw it up court to Miller, and it went to nobody out of bounds.
Kara Carissa smacks the announcer's table after that one, clearly upset with that wayward pass.
It's the 4th turnover by the Bearcats tonight, and that takes us to another media timeout. 7:41 left to go in the first half. Cincinnati in the lead, 24-12. We'll take another short break here on Bearcats Sports Radio. Coming back after the break, Cincinnati in the lead, 24-12. 7:41 left to go in the first half. Justin Dedrick, Miles Essenpreis on the call. Producer Aiden Riggs, who has currently left the scene. Him and Chase Yance are out exploring Fifth Third Arena. It's a very nice college arena. There's a lot of cool spaces in Fifth Third. If you've never been, I highly recommend showing up. It's a very nice venue.
I think so. I've only ever been in here for volleyball and basketball, but I've enjoyed my stay here.
Tarleton State will get possession after the break. It's Kai Isaac with the ball. For the Bearcats, Keyshawn Tillery checking in for the first time tonight. He's been an impressive true freshman, highly touted recruit for this Bearcats team. Isaac loses it in the paint. Miller comes up with it, running the break. Miller and Chom back to each other, and Miller just couldn't catch the pass, rolled out of bounds. Another Bearcats turnover.
Mustafa Chom looking to pass through 3 defenders, trying to connect with Baba Miller. Stolen away.
O'Cypher Owens will bring it up court for Tarleton State. Now they give it to Isaac. He's been one of the primary ball handlers for this Texans team so far tonight. 8 turnovers in the last 8 minutes. They're one of their last 9. They need to get some type of good offensive possession. Owens driving baseline on Chom. Kick out. Hicks. Only 6 on the shot clock. Hicks drives using his left hand off the glass. What a play by Freddie Hicks.
Through the arms of both Baba Miller and Mustafa Chom, both well over 6 foot. Mustafa Chom at 7'2".
Hicks bagged his first 2 points of the night with that one. Cincinnati looking to answer on the other end. It's Baba Miller crossing, almost loses it again, and he does throw it right to the Tarleton State bench, looking for Abayev. A little bit of a miscommunication between the two.
Might have heard Baba Miller say a no-no word from the court there, yelling in frustration after that wayward pass to Sean Abayev.
Jalen Celestine will check back in for Sean Abayev. You can see Miller clearly frustrated with himself.
Can't say they don't play with the energy. They certainly want to win basketball games. They've just been struggling to do so. Sloppy plays like that have been preventing this Bearcat offense from striving.
24-14, 6:34 left to go in the first half. Isaac working on Celestine. Goes to his right, kick out. O'Cypher Owens puts up the 3, and he knocks it down. Cold-blooded O'Cypher Owens.
Created the space. O'Cypher took a good shot.
Tillery has it for the Bearcats. Working inside, kick out. Miller trying to drive on Cade Douglas. Douglas playing sound defense, but Miller spins around it and finishes the layup.
Baba Miller simply too tall, too big over the arms of Douglas.
9 points is the Cincinnati lead, under 6 minutes in the first half. Isaac kicks to Owens. He hit that last 3 for them. Working on Chom on the perimeter. Hand off to Cade Douglas, guarded by Tillery. Douglas on the 5th-3rd logo on the right side. Gives to Owens in the corner. Owens drive, spin, gets around Chom and scoops it up and in. 5 in a row for O'Cypher Owens.
It's interesting, Tarleton State does not have a center on the roster, only forwards and guards.
Miller gets Owens in the air, tries to pass down low to Chom, fight for it on the ground. Chom and Owens hit the deck. And it will go to Tarleton State as there's a foul on Mustafa Chom during the chaos.
More on that, they don't have any centers, which means they play a very fast-paced style of basketball, and everyone is comfortable shooting the ball from any space in the court. So Owens, who often plays the center role, will take 3-pointers.
Owens standing at 6'7". He's the tallest player for Tarleton State that has hit the court tonight. Tough task for him, having to fight down low with Miller and Chom. Isaac, a short pull-up jumper from the baseline, is off the mark. Rebound, Keyshawn Tillery. Tillery pushing the pace, already in the paint. Kick out, Creasa open for 3. He knocks it down. Kerr Creasa puts the Bearcats up 10.
Tillery with the drive and the dish to a wide-open Kerr Creasa. Great play there from Keyshawn Tillery.
Under 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Mizell crosses to his left. Mizell gets a lane to the paint. He is stuffed by Chom.
That's just a mismatch on size right there.
Fast break on the other end does not go the Bearcats' way. Harris lost it off his knee. Nonetheless, an incredible defensive play by Chom. He got all the way up there, sent Mizell to the ground.
I mean, Mizell just should not be taking that layup on Chom. 7'2" versus 6'1" is going to get blocked each and every time.
29-19, Cincinnati up by 10. Owens on the right wing. Spot-up jumper over Chom, short. Chom with the board. Sincere Harris gives it up to Celestine. on the wing, now swinging around. Kerr creases, going to get it off the handoff. Nope, they go to Tillery instead. Tillery working with his left, around the screen. 3 Texans around him, tried to bounce pass down low to Chom. It's stolen by Isaac. Mizell and the Texans working quickly. Gives it to Douglas. He'll spot up a deep 3. All backboard and a foul underneath the hoop. That'll go on Keyshawn Tillery. Fully pushed O'Cypher Owens down to the ground trying to go for the rebound. That's a clear foul call.
Poor shot selection from the Texans. They're taking a lot of three-pointers that are not falling. They're 0 for the last 4 in field goals, whereas the Bearcats stand at 4 of 4 of their last 4.
Finally, a little bit of an offensive groove for Cincinnati. It's still Texan basketball after the Tillery foul. Thomas came in for him. Off the inbound, Isaac hits the baseline J.
Isaac has been playing a great game.
29-21. Isaac has 7 points, 50% from the field for him. Some fighting down low, and we'll get another foul call on Mustafa Chom. That's 2 quick fouls for the Cincinnati big man down low.
Something to note as well, the turnover margin. Turnovers for Tarleton State, 9, and they have the same amount of turnovers. Bearcats and Tarleton State both have 9 turnovers, which is not great numbers for winning basketball games.
Both teams need to take care of the basketball a little bit more than they have been. Under 4 left to go, 3:46 exactly. Cincinnati in the lead, 29-21. We'll take a short break here on Bearcat Sports Radio and return for the final 3 minutes of the first half. Coming back after the break, 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first half. Cincinnati in the lead, 29-21 over the Tarleton State Texans. Cincinnati finally getting in a little bit of an offensive groove. They're 4 of their last 4 from the field. However, they do have 4 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. They need to clean up the sloppy play, but they are making shots.
I think the word to describe this first half from both teams has been sloppy. A lot of misguided passes.
Tarleton State facing the Cincinnati press once again. Mizell able to cross it and get it to Isaac. Guarded by Sincere Harris. Now they give it back to Mizell, the lead ball handler, working on Thomas. Mizell, good cross to his left. Switches on to Celestine, back out Isaac. 5 on the shot clock. They need to get a shot up. Isaac works to his right. Gives off Owens a 3. Owens gets it to rattle in over Day-Day Thomas's outstretched hand.
O'Cypher Owens, the forward, knocking down the 3.
Only a 5-point lead for the Bearcats now. 3 minutes exact left to go. Miller catches the high pass from Celestine, trying to go down low to McKinley. Knocked away by Kelly.
Miller was working on a mismatch, chooses to pass it to the paint into the waiting arms of a Tarleton State defender.
Mazzell to the corner. Thomas got a finger on it, but it hit the hands of Cade Douglas and out of bounds. Cincinnati basketball.
I mean, it's sloppy play after sloppy play after sloppy play from both teams.
20 total turnovers in the first half, 10 apiece. We'll see if the Bearcats can use this final 2 minutes and 30 seconds to extend their 5-point lead. Thomas had it knocked away, able to come back up with it, working on Isaac on the 5th-3rd logo. Pump fakes, gets Owens in the air, tries to draw the foul, fight for the board. Tyler McKinley keeps it for Cincinnati. They need to get a shot off, one on the shot clock. Celestine puts it up. Baba Miller off the rebound. He flies in and slams it home.
First dunk of the night goes to Baba Miller off the putback slam from the Miss Celestine three-pointer.
Not what they drew up, but Cincinnati will take it up by 7. 2 minutes left in the first half. Owens working on McKinley. Kick out Isaac, they'll swing it around. Douglas puts up a corner 3, and Douglas connects. Another 3-pointer by the Texans.
Help defense just not being applied for this Bearcat defense.
4 points is what separates these two teams. Cincinnati in the lead. Thomas trying to go down low to Miller, and he is pulled down to the ground along with Owens. They will call a foul on Osai for Owens, and Cincinnati will inbound from the baseline.
Shout out to the mop guys. Real glue.
Kerr Creasa back in for Cincinnati for this final 1 minute and 35 seconds. He will be the inbounder on the E of Bearcats on the baseline. Gets it in. Sincere Harris in the corner. Now Thomas up top. 15 on the shot clock for Cincinnati. Creasa has it, guarded by Mazzell tightly, has to retreat to Thomas. Thomas almost trapped in the corner, gives to Miller. Miller had it poked away by Owens. Mazzell on the break. One man to beat, that's Creasa. Probably should have been in a basket interference by Miller as he touched the rim and the net and everything. Doesn't matter, a putback by the Texans cuts this to a 2-point lead. Thomas almost lost it inside. Swinging around, Harris a corner 3. Off the mark, rebound Isaac. 1 minute left and the Texans have an opportunity to tie or take the lead.
Sincere Harris, another rare 3-pointer, just can't fall.
Owens, deep in the perimeter, guarded by Miller, gives it to Kaya Isaac, and Isaac will take a timeout with 13 seconds on the shot clock and 46.5 left to go in the half. The Texans will try to draw a play with their final 13 seconds to potentially tie or take the lead.
It's hard to say what's been going wrong with this Cincinnati team, as it's almost even going into halftime. But if I had to guess, it'd be confidence. They are not confident with the basketball. A lot of sloppy passes leading to turnovers. They now lead the turnover margin. 11 turnovers to the Tarleton State 10.
Cincinnati not shooting it all too bad. 38% from 3 is a nice mark. 42% from the field could be upped a little bit, but you'll take it with the way their offense has been playing in recent games. Tarleton State has just been playing with a lot more heart and a lot more fire and hustle. They want it more.
5 turnovers for Cincinnati in the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Tarleton State to inbound from the sideline. They get it into Jordan Mazzell, and they'll try to set up the play that they drew up in the timeout. Isaac on the wing. Kick out. Douglas a deep 3. Ooh, almost got it to rattle in. Instead, it's a Miller rebound.
Baba Miller is really important for this Bearcat offense and defense to be in the paint grabbing those boards.
About 6 seconds separate the game and shot clock. 22 left in the game clock for the half. Thomas up top. No motion on the Bearcat side. Now we'll get some motion. Thomas gets inside, kick. Miller in the corner for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Owens. 6 on the shot clock. Owens needs to move, gets to the paint on the other side. He lost it, rolls out of bounds. And looks like it'll be Bearcat basketball, but we do get a timeout for this final 2 minutes, or 2 seconds, excuse me.
It's a weird Baba Miller three-point attempt. He's only shooting 14.3% from three. Interesting shots that the Bearcats are creating. Most of them have not been good. They've either been sloppy or contested. This Bearcat offense is just playing with no heart, really. It feels like the soul and life has been taken straight out of this Bearcat offense.
2.4 seconds left to go in the half. Cincinnati in the lead by 2. Wes Miller took a timeout. Try to see if they can draw up some play before the end of the half, before the buzzer sounds, to try to extend their 2-point lead.
You got to think the ball is either going to Karakrisha or Dede Thomas, the three-point shooters.
Thomas and Creaso lined up at the half-court line. McKinley at the three-point arc on the opposite side. Miller in the corner. Full-court pass picked off by Owens. Half-court heaved in the half. Oh, he almost connected. That would have given them the lead.
The football pass from Sean Abayev immediately finds a Tarleton State defender. Not sure what Wes Miller was cooking up on that one.
A rain of boos being heard in Fifth Third Arena as Cincinnati heads into the halftime locker room up by 2, and the Texans hanging their head high. They are fighting with this team. 31-29 is the game score here at halftime. We'll take a break here on Bearcat Sports Radio and return before the second half. Miles will have the call for that one.
And welcome back to Fifth Third Arena as we join you from Bearcat Sports Radio. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Justin Dedrick. And that first half of basketball was ugly, frankly. Bearcats just about leading the Tarleton State Texans 31-29. 2 minutes left in the halftime timeout. What do you think that locker room talk was like after heading in just 2 up against the Western Athletic Conference 5th seed?
I'm not even sure what you say to your team in the locker room. To be honest, I don't feel like they played that bad of a half, at least on paper. It doesn't look like that bad of a half. They were hitting threes. The defense was really good until the tail end of the half, and Tarleton State started hitting some shots. They've been shooting well from 3. Cincinnati's been shooting the ball well from 3. There's just too many careless mistakes, and that really boils down to the turnovers. 12 turnovers in that first half. Bad passes, out of bounds, not able to catch the ball, dribbling off your foot, dribbling off your leg. You just can't have those if you're going to win basketball games. And this is a Bearcats team that has 0 offensive rhythm. They haven't been able to score for the entirety of the season pretty much. And you have those careless turnovers, it just hinders you even more. And so I think the halftime locker room talk, I don't know what it was, but what it really should have been is about ball security. Take care of the basketball. Good shots will come if you don't turn it over.
And it's hard to say that Baba Miller's impact was why they were losing basketball games, because he leads the team 7 points, 5 rebounds, yet they're still only up 2. His impact has been felt on this game, but they're just about in it. But with that, the halftime buzzer has 25 seconds left on it. The Bearcats have been, as you said, just okay. On paper, at least, 35.3% from 3 and 40.7% from the field. Again, free throws coming back to bite them, just 3 for 5. The free throw shooting for the Bearcats has been atrocious this season, but also atrocious for how many years under Wes Miller?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an Achilles heel for this Bearcats team for all 5 years of the Wes Miller tenure, but especially the 3 years in the Big 12 conference, because when you're in such a good conference like the Big 12, you can't afford to be giving away free points, and it's lost the Bearcats games. It's been the reason they've lost conference games and conference tournament games and big rivalries. You just can't afford to be missing free throws. And so you would think that after years of this being a problem, something would be done to address the free throw shooting and they would finally figure it out. But it continues to be a problem for this Bearcats team, and one that they desperately need to figure out.
A bright spot, at least for that half of basketball, is the Bearcats have been spreading the ball around. About, I think, 8 Cincinnati Bearcats have baskets, but that will get us underway as it is inbounded from Abayev to Dede Thomas. He will pass the halfway line and the shot clock starts. Abayev stolen in the corner, but number 4, Leroy Kelly IV will step out of bounds. It'll be another Sean Abayev inbound. Abayev throws it into Dede Thomas, top of the key. Goes to the left wing, dribbles, wide open three-pointer. They're letting him have it. And you just cannot give Dede Thomas that sort of space.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the game plan. Thomas shoots 51% from 3 going into this game. I wouldn't leave him that open.
Mazel guarded by Krisha, top of the key. Now it's O'Cypher Owens. Now top of the key guarded by Baba Miller. To Hicks. Hicks facing Mustafa Chiam. Chiam, he looks for the foul. He drew some space, but great defense from Chiam prevents that bucket. Now it's Miller on the right corner. Tries to drive in, but that'll be a foul on O'Cypher Owens. O'Cypher Owens, a little bit too stiff a defense. Won't be a shooting foul. It'll be an inbound for Kara Krisha.
That is 3 fouls on O'Cypher Owens, and with this depleted team, again down 7 players, foul trouble could be something to watch for the second half.
Kara Krisha, left wing three-pointer, clanks off the rim. Sean Abayev off the tipped rebound from Baba Miller, layup into the basket, making it 36-29 Bearcat lead.
And there's a hustle play by Abayev. You got your eyes up and ready for the basketball. Grab it, easy layup, and there's 2 points for you.
Mazel fakes left, goes right. O'Cypher Owens, top of the key, guarded by Miller. Now, right wing, 5th, 3rd logo for Kelly IV. Right wing looks to jump, drives in. Hicks. It was guarded by Sean Abayev, but O'Cypher Owens' shot will be a foul by Sean Abayev. It'll be free throws for O'Cypher Owens.
And Abayev, you just get a little bit too loose with that arm when you're going to block it. You have to watch where the hand's going, and it connected with the arm of Owens.
As the crowd here gets louder, trying to distract O'Cypher Owens. His first shot is a make, 36-30. Bearcat lead, 18.5 minutes left in the second half. Dribbles for his second. And it will be 2 made free throws for O'Cypher Owens. Inbound by Miller to Dede Thomas. Walks it up slowly. Passes the halfway line. Dribbles around, right wing, Sean Abayev, 5th Third logo, top of the key. Dribbles behind his back, drives in, floater! Free throw line floater, no good for Sean Abayev, picked up by Baba Miller. Karakrisha, top of the key. Sean Abayev, 5th Third logo, drives in. Kick out, Baba Miller. Karakrisha, top of the key. 3 is good for Karakrisha.
Yeah, third 3 of the night for him. You just can't leave him open. He's got a quick trigger, a smooth release, and he'll knock him down given space.
Krisha now on Mazel. Got it at the halfway logo. Top of the key, O'Cypher Owens drives in on Shyam. Fadeaway jumper. Clanks off the front of the rim. Picked up by Dede Thomas. Now to Miller. Across the clock stripe. Sean Abayev, corner 3, wide open. Splash for Sean Abayev.
And I'm sure he's relieved to finally see one fall. He just hadn't had the shot before that one, but able to finally see one go through the rim, maybe build some confidence for the young player.
Billy Gillespie seems to be letting his players leave the Bearcats open for 3. It'll be a block for Shyam on the O'Cypher Owens drive. Miller brings it across half court. Now Karakrisha back to Miller. Right wing, drives inside. Karakrisha from the top of the key. Splashes another one. 3-pointer Karakrisha, 45-31, 17 minutes left in the second half. Hicks brings it across the CPAL logo, guarded by Miller. Drives inside, draws the foul, but it was a block by Chiam. Hicks angry, slamming the floor.
Yeah, Hicks took a hard fall, connected with Mustafa Cham right in the air.
Hicks appears to be limping. Not a soft landing off of that hard foul from Baba Miller. Whether he is injured or not, he is hiding it well, as he appears to be in some discomfort. Now to the charity stripe to take free throws. The first one will go in, as the 9-0 run for the Bearcats will end with that free throw. Receives the ball for his second. Crowd getting loud. And the second one will fall, bringing it to 45-33 Bearcat lead, as Hicks will be subbed off in place of Cade Douglas. Douglas guarding Dede Thomas. Dede Thomas just now crosses the CPAL logo. Shot clock will start. Karakrisha, left wing, thinks about it, drives inside. Back to Dede Thomas at the CPAL logo. Drives, 5th Third logo, Karakrisha, now inside to Baba Miller. Wide open, Sean Abayev doesn't take it. Now Dede Thomas, Karakrisha, right wing, 3-pointer, won't go. Tipped by Sean Abayev, another Sean Abayev. The Sean Abayev board turns into a layup, making it 47-33 Bearcats.
We finally see Cincinnati playing with some hustle, fast passes, good decisions, and they're fighting for rebounds. Even though the Krisha shot didn't fall, I like the game plan to feed him. He's been the hot hand.
O'Cypher Owens back to Mazel. Mazel working on Krisha. Now it's Cade Douglas from the top of the key, guarded by Miller. Drives inside, nothing there. Step back, draws Baba Miller, and that is a great play from Cade Douglas as he draws space off of Baba Miller. Cade Douglas just 6'2", getting it over the 6'11" frame of Baba Miller, but that'll be a foul. And it will be a media timeout. And with that, we will be right back. Coming to you from Bearcast Sports Radio, I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Justin Dedrick. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Fifth Third Arena. The media timeout ends, and we resume play with the Bearcats leading 47-35 with 15 minutes and 41 seconds left in this second half. It'll be the Tarleton State inbound for Kaya Isaac. Kaya Isaac been a star for this Tarleton State team, sitting at 9 points with 4 from 7 from the field. Inbounds it to Douglas. Now Kaya Isaac drives it up the court, guarded by 2, trap in effect. Slings it to K. Douglas, now guarded by Abayev. Working by the Fifth Third logo on the right wing. Back to Mizell. Mizell drives, still can't get inside the three-point arc. It'll be Kaya Isaac. Douglas gets it to O'Cypher Owens in the paint. Mismatch for Karakrisha, and he tries to throw it off of McKinley out of bounds. Doesn't go. Dede Thomas, right wing. Tyler McKinley, three-pointer. Top of the key, won't fall. Excuse me, that was Celestine. Now Mizell working on the left wing. K. Douglas drives inside. Nothing there. Celestine, block. Sean Abayev to Karakrisha, beyond top of the key. Sean Abayev, right wing. Now to Tyler McKinley. He works it on. Now it's Sean Abayev driving. Right corner. Tries to find a pass. Can't go. Picked up by Kaya Isaac beyond the halfway line. Drives inside on Dede Thomas. And he draws the foul in the and one.
It's a good move by Isaac. Get inside. Use your little bit more of a built frame to push your way in. Get some space. Spin inside and finish the layup. It's a big boy move.
Sloppy offensive possession from the Cincinnati Bearcats leads to a Tarleton State and one for Kaya Isaac. Looking for his 12th point of the night with this free throw shot. Mustafa Chiam will come in for McKinley. And Sincere Harris will come in for Sean Abayev. You hear the crowd get loud. And it will not go. Misses the free throw as Dede Thomas picks up the board. Past the halfway line, near the 5th-3rd logo now. Right wing. Screen by Mustafa Chiam, nothing there. Guarded by O'Cypher Owens. Karakrisha, top of the key, back to the 5th-3rd logo. Now in the right corner. Dede Thomas looking for space, jumper! Clank off the board, or off the rim, excuse me. It'll be Douglas. Brings it up the halfway, guarded by Harris. Drives inside, blocked by 2 at the rim. A combined block for Sincere Harris and Chiam. Will be an inbound for the Tarleton State Texans. Hicks drives, nothing there. Throws it to Isaac, now working on the right wing. Drives inside, Celestine in the paint. Wing, sligs it. Hicks, corner 3! Splash! For Freddie Hicks.
Tarleton State not going away. They're making shots. They're getting open looks. They're going to be a fight to the very end.
Dede Thomas now at the top of the key. Cut back. Celestine now working on the left wing. Drives. Top of the key again. Dede Thomas now on the left wing. Back to the top of the key. Tries to make a move on Freddie Hicks. Drives inside. And that will be tipped off Sincere Harris out of bounds throughout the Dede Thomas attempted cross-court pass. Just nothing working for the Bearcats there again. 47-40, Cincinnati Bearcats lead. 13.5 minutes left in the second half. Full court press in effect. Sincere Harris on Mazzell. Cade Douglas directing traffic. Gets Karakrisha off of him. Hands it off to Mazzell. Still guarded by Harris. 5th-3rd logo, right wing. Kaya Isaac now with the ball. He's played every minute of the game so far. Owens now working on the right wing. A threat from 3. Freddie Hicks now top of the key. 3-pointer. And it's good for Freddie Hicks. Freddie Hicks for his 10th point of the night. Not a 3-point shooter, shooting only 12.5 from the year. Karakrisha now top of the key. And that is stolen, or excuse me, Dede Thomas picks it up. Top of the key again. Karakrisha, right, left wing, 3-pointer is good for the 3-point specialist.
And there's that quick release we see out of Karakrisha all the time. A little bit farther out, doesn't matter. Spot up, a lot of confidence, and Krisha knocks down his 4th 3 of the night.
And with that, the Bearcats take a 50-43 lead with another timeout. We'll be right back with you on Bearcast Sports Radio. back to Fifth Third Arena. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined to you by Justin Dedrick as we re-enter this thriller between the Bearcats and the Tarleton State Texans. Really shouldn't be as close as it is. Bearcats coming into this one as 17.5-point favorites, now only leading by 7. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this contest plays out.
Yeah, Tarleton State, they've been fighting, playing with a lot of passion, a lot of hustle so far. I don't see them giving up here towards the end of the game. They're going to stay fighting to the very end.
Kai Isaac throws it into Owens across the halfway line. Working by the Fifth Third logo on the right wing. Crowded by Chum, Celestine, Harris. Nothing there. And that'll be Bearcat ball off of the sloppy play from Owens. Just couldn't find a man to pass it to. It'll trickle out of bounds for another Bearcats turnover. Excuse me, Texans turnover.
And someone has to go up there and help Owens. If he's being trapped on the sideline, you need to go up there and give him someone to pass to. It needs to be some kind of movement. You can't just leave him up there on his own.
Baba Miller inbound. Krisha now. Opposite, top of the key. Now across the halfway line. Working on Mizell. Harris now. Top of the key. Kicks it to Krisha. Right wing, Baba Miller inside. Working on Owens, and it is fouled on the shot attempt. Freddie Hicks committing that foul as Baba Miller will go to the charity stripe.
That's the second Texan with 3 fouls now. So again, down 7 players. This is a very depleted roster. If you get in foul trouble, you're going to have to start going to the very deep ends of your bench.
That's sort of the threat of playing with heart and playing with aggression as Baba Miller makes his first. You commit a lot of fouls. Crowd deathly silent, as Baba Miller prepares his second. And it'll go 2 for 2 for Baba Miller from the free throw line. A rare sight for the Bearcats. 2 for 2 from 3. Kai Isaac, full court press now being applied, but it will go to Mizell. Guarded by Krisha. Past the CPAW logo. Fifth Third logo. Cuts back. Owens now, top of the key. Guarded by Miller. Throws it into Isaac. Wide open Owens now. Drives in again. Euro step. Over Chom for the and one. Foul was committed by either Chom or Abayev, but another timeout will be taken as the score is 52-45, Bearcat lead. welcome you back to Fifth Third Arena. A new team high for points on this game is taken by Karakrisha with 15 points on 5 3-pointers. Shauna Bayev leads the team with 7 tonight, and Dede Thomas leading with 3 assists. It'll be O'Cypher Owens with free throws.
And Owens is the team leader in points on the Tarleton State side with 14. He's been a threat from all over the court.
5 for 11 from the field, as well as 2 for 4 from 3. As that one clanks off the front of the rim, it'll be picked up by Hicks. Second chance for the Texans. Thrown to Kaya Isaac, top of the key, 3. Bounced off the back of the rim. Picked up by Chom on the rebound. Throws it into Dede Thomas, who will slow the play down. Just crosses the halfway line. Fifth Third logo handed off to Sincere Harris. Back working by the Seapaw. Left corner. Inside to Baba Miller in the paint. Guarded by 2. Puts up a layup that doesn't quite go in. Baba Miller from a weird angle gets fouled, but can't quite get it in the hoop for the and one. We'll have 2 free throws, though.
Miller 3 of 4 from the line tonight. See if he can keep up the consistency and hit these 2 here.
Hit the last 2 from his last trip to the charity stripe. Good at getting fouled and is an efficient free throw shooter shooting 60.7 from the line. Makes the first one.
That one puts Miller in the double digits as well, 10 points.
He's looking for a double-double. 7 rebounds on the day. And he will hit his second free throw. Again, rare to see from the Bearcats basketball team. Picked up by Kaya Isaac. Full court press being applied by the Bearcats. Dede Thomas really pressing on Kaya Isaac, now to Hicks, guarded by Sincere Harris. He gets it across halfway, but the press works as Freddie Hicks dribbles it out of bounds. Never mind, it was off a Bearcat player. It'll be inbound for Mizell.
Yeah, that one was knocked away by Sincere Harris. Got the arm in there.
Mizell fakes now to Isaac. Now working 13, working on the right wing by the Fifth Third logo. Gets Dede Thomas off of him. Hicks now slows the play down. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Don't have a lot of time. Might have to put up an ugly 3. Drives inside. Big 12 logo in the paint. And the ugly shot gets fouled. Can't quite get him the hoop. But the foul will be on Chom on the Freddie Hicks desperation lay from 5 feet. We've seen that all season, the Bearcats defense suffocating, forcing teams to put up bad shots. As Hicks clanks his first one, that won't go. But as I was saying, the Cincinnati Bearcats is good at suffocating offenses and getting the shot clock to expire.
Yeah, I mean,
Hicks misses both.
Just tough to score on this team with the amount of speed and length they have. Of course, Miller and Chom holding the paint makes it extremely tough to get those easy shots.
Sincere Harris, top of the key. Now to Shauna Bayev working on the right wing. He drives inside. Nothing there. Works it back. Seapaw now. Screen by Chom. Kicks it to Dede Thomas on the left wing. Dede Thomas, long 3. Splash for Dede Thomas.
You see a little celebration by Thomas afterward, doing a little bit of chirping. He's excited. He's knocking down shots. 15 points for him.
Kaya Isaac across the halfway line, guarded by Abayev. O'Cypher Owens with the screen. Now to him. Top of the key. Dangerous from the 3-point arc. He looks to go. Now it'll be Kaya Isaac working on the right wing. Drives inside. Nothing there. Works it around. Baba Miller with the block attempt. It'll fall for Kaya Isaac, making it 57-47. Bearcats 10-point lead. Just under 10 minutes left in this second half. Now to Dede Thomas at the Seapaw logo. Directing traffic now to the right wing. Sincere Harris brings it back to the Seapaw. Day Thomas, left wing, jumper, shot, three-pointer goes for Day Thomas.
Cincinnati caught fire from beyond the arc here in the second half. Carissa hit a bunch to open up the half, and now Thomas is making his presence known.
2 straight for Day Thomas. That'll be a foul on Sincere Harris. Just too stiff a defense for the forward. McKinley and Creeshaw looking to check in for Chiam and Harris. 60-47, the Bearcat lead by 13 points, 9 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second half. It'll be Day Thomas on the inbound. Gets it to Shauna Baev. Now working on Douglas. On the Seapaw, now to the right wing, Day Thomas, back to Abayev on the 5th-3rd logo. Guarded by Douglas. Day Thomas, left wing. Waits. McKinley now, wide open paint for the reverse layup for Day Thomas.
He just uses his speed to get across the baseline, find the basket, and it's an easy finish from there when Thomas gets there.
Kaya Isaac now working on Shauna Baev, directing traffic. O'Cypher Owens. Guarded by Baba Miller in the paint, kicks it to Mazel. He drives inside. Hand in the face from Baba Miller, still falls. 62-49 Bearcat lead. Kara Creesha brings it across the halfway line. Guarded by Mazel. Day Thomas. Back to Creesha. Day Thomas, three-pointer again. He was feeling himself, but just off the mark on that three-point attempt from Day Thomas.
And I don't mind the shot there. Thomas has been knocking down threes, 5 of 7 before that one, now 5 of 8. He's been the hot hand. Let him take a heat check or two because he can make those.
Day Thomas, not a stranger to the three-point arc, 5 on the night. Now back to him, left wing, top of the key. Now to Kershaw, he drives inside, he's got space. Slam dunk off the alley-oop to Baba Miller.
And Creesa, he's a veteran. He knows when he has the area to throw that pass up. Miller, 6'11". All he has to do is rise up there and catch it, perfectly placed.
Freddie Hicks posting up from well beyond the three-point arc on the left wing. Now guarded by McKinley at the top of the key, drives inside, loses it. McKinley picks it up. Whistle blown. That'll be a timeout taken for the Texans. 64-49, the Bearcat lead with 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in this second half. The Bearcat offense really has come alive here in the latter part of the second half. We'll be right back. Justin Dedrick, Miles Essenpreis coming to you from Bearcat Sports Radio. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Fifth Third Arena as the Bearcats lead the Tarleton State Texans 64-49. Quick stat check, Dede Thomas, 17 points after he caught the hot hand. And Shauna Baev and Baba Miller, 3 and 2 rebounds respectively away from double-doubles each. It'll be Kaya Isaac on the inbound. Throws it into Freddie Hicks, bobbled. He'll be fouled by Baba Miller. Freddie Hicks fouled on the left wing by Baba Miller. Sloppy foul to be given up, really.
Yeah, and one thing to note, both teams are in the bonus now for the remainder of the half.
Freddie Hicks has been absolutely pivotal for this Texan offense as he knocks down one free throw for his 11th point of the night. 2 for 3 from 3, as well as 50% from the field. Really been a difference maker here for the Texans as they claw their way out of a 14-point hole. He makes the second, making it a 13-point hole as Dede Thomas receives the ball, takes it up the court, just past the CPAW logo. Kerkrisha, Dede Thomas, top of the key. Kerkrisha streaking on the left side, gets it to Baba Miller in the inside. He backs down Owens. Fadeaway jumper, around 2. McKinley attempts the putback, can't quite get there, but he is fouled.
And I don't mind the putback attempt. I know it worked out and you're getting to the line for 2 free throws. But at that point, just come down with it with both hands on the ball and go back up strong rather than trying to get it while you're in midair for the putback.
McKinley draws the foul. He'll get 2 from the charity stripe. He misses the first one. I'm confused. What is the student section? Why do they point? That's new for me.
You know what? I never actually thought about why. I don't know if I know that.
Might be part of the O Varsity song.
Well, they do it in the alma mater as well, but I couldn't tell you why they do it for the alma mater either. They just do.
McKinley, his second free throw is no good. Frustration for Bearcat fans all across Cincinnati. Mizell will bring it past halfway line. Sincere Harris on the guard, Fifth Third logo. Now to Douglas. He's backed up to the halfway line, still guarded by Harris. Top of the key, drives inside. Owens now from beyond the arc. Kaya Isaac working on the top of the key again, guarded by McKinley. He fires off the front of the rim. Dede Thomas rebound. Celestine now with the ball on the left wing. Gets it to McKinley. He'll post up Kaya Isaac. That's a mismatch. Dede Thomas now from the top of the key. Corner, Celestine, 3, splash! For Jalen Celestine, 67-51, Bearcat lead. 6.5 minutes left in this second half as it begins to get ugly. Mizell now on the left wing. Guarded by Krisha. He works it inside the paint to O'Cypher Owens, guarded by 3. Reverse layup won't go, but he will be fouled in the paint by Celestine.
So Miles, after a quick Google search, our question is still pretty much unanswered. I couldn't find anything conclusive. One said it's like a visual distraction during free throws, which doesn't really seem right because there's got to be some meaning to it. And for the alma mater, it's supposed to symbolize past history and traditions and showing respect to former students.
I guess that makes sense. O'Cypher Owens, he clanks his first free throw off the back of the rim. Cham will check in for Tyler McKinley. The Cincinnati crowd has significantly quieted as the game has gone on. But O'Cypher Owens will make 1 of 2, making it 67-52. 6 minutes, 18 seconds remain as Dede Thomas walks up the court, guarded by Douglas. Screened by Celestine. O'Cypher Owens will pick up Dede Thomas as Freddie Hicks hits the floor. It'll be Texan ball as Isaac will take the inbound. Wes Miller screaming at his players to get down the court. Nobody seems to be getting down the court for defense, as Mizell will pick up the ball. Walks it up the court, not a lot of time left. Cretia now picks him up at the halfway line. He works to his right, back to his left, gets it to O'Cypher Owens, top of the key. Drives inside, guarded by Chiam. Works it back to Douglas, he cuts. Back to O'Cypher Owens, looks for three, drives in. Guarded by Chiam, all over him, and that'll be a foul on Mustafa Chiam. Too hard a defense on O'Cypher Owens as boos ring out from the Cincinnati crowd. They didn't like that call.
Yeah, that'll be Mustafa Chiam's 4th foul, so he's in a lot of danger now.
That'll happen when you play close paint defense. O'Cypher Owens back to the charity stripe. Baba Miller now waiting in the wings. O'Cypher Owens misses his first one, mouthing a naughty word in frustration. Baba Miller will check in for the foul-troubled Chiam.
Yeah, and we may see some more Tyler McKinley minutes for these final 5 minutes, or maybe even some Halvine Zella minutes, just to kind of alleviate the foul trouble.
O'Cypher Owens again makes 1 of 2 as the Texans will take a timeout. Score reading 67-53. Bearcats lead by 14 with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go. We'll be right back. And we return to Fifth Third Arena as the Bearcats lead by 14, 67-53. It'll be inbound for the Bearcats as Pierre Cretia stands to take it. Sincere Harris makes a move and he picks it up. He'll dribble across the halfway line, gives it to Dede Thomas before he does. Now at the CPAW logo, Fifth Third logo. Kara Cretia now back to Dede Thomas. Works it back to Kara Cretia. Right wing, three-pointer, splash for Kara Cretia.
6 threes on the night for Cretia. In fact, all of his attempts has come from beyond the arc. He's 6 of 9, 18 points.
Bearcat lead has been extended to 17 now. Just over 5 minutes to go. Douglas now with the ball. O'Cypher Owens back to Douglas, 3-ball. Splash!
No hesitation by Douglas. He had the space, let it fly, and he's a swift 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. He's a threat.
Dede Thomas brings it across halfway. CPAW now to Kara Cretia, back to Dede Thomas, top of the key. He thinks about it. Now left wing, Kara Cretia. Back to Dede Thomas as it was bobbled. Dede Thomas, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Three-pointer, rattles in and out. Rebound, Baba Miller. He will be fouled.
Fouls on the Texans, number 2, Freddie Hicks. His 4th team.
Good for Baba Miller's 9th rebound, just 1 rebound shy of the double-double. It'll be Cincinnati inbound as Kara Cretia picks it up. Dede Thomas, corner, 3! Rattles in and out again! Baba Miller looks to tip it out to Sincere Harris. He's nowhere to be found. It'll be Texan ball.
And that one was about halfway down for Thomas. Just an unfortunate bounce out and a little bit too strong.
70-56 now, the Bearcat lead. 4.5 minutes remaining. Mizell gives it off to Douglas. Works it to Isaac. Back to Mizell. Working at the top of the key. He looks to drive inside. Nothing there. Guarded by Celestine. Charge taken by Cretia. He falls down, but it'll be lost by Freddie Hicks anyway. Baba Miller now at the CPAW. Cretia works on Freddie Hicks. Back to the top of the key. Now to Harris. Celestine, corner. looks to get it into Baba Miller in the paint, can't find him. Now it'll be Mizell taking up the court. Isaac to Oscypher Owens. He can't get the pass off before he steps out of bounds. It'll be another Texan timeout. 70-56 score still here in Fifth Third Arena as another timeout is taken with just under 4 minutes to go. Miles Essenpreis, Justin Dedrick on the call. We'll be right back. Welcome you back to Fifth Third Arena. The rebound margin is extremely huge. 30 Bearcat rebounds to the Tarleton State 20. Tarleton State averaging 34 rebounds a game, being held at just 20. And the Bearcat rebound margin normally at 1.7, now at 10. The crowd is getting loud here at Fifth Third Arena. Just under 4 minutes remain. It'll be a Caracretia inbound as Dede Thomas picks it up. Working on Douglas, has to fight his way to the halfway line. Drives to the right wing, right corner now. Shauna Bayev inside of Baba Miller. It'll be out on Mizell as he wrestles with Baba Miller to get the ball. Knocks that out of bounds himself. Sincere Harris will now wait in the wings as Baba Miller was fouled on that play, and he will get free throws. Shauna Bayev off the court as soon as he was on it. Sincere Harris taking his place. Baba Miller has been clinical from the free throw line tonight. Was 5 for 6, now is 5 for 7. But McKinley will get the rebound, passes it to Caracretia on the CPAW logo. Slowing the play down, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Still holding the ball. Looking to draw something up late, 5 seconds remain. Baba Miller now has the ball in the paint, 3 seconds. He tries to get fouled now, it'll find Sincere Harris, long three! Rattles in and out. The buzzer beater doesn't quite fall for Sincere Harris. Now Oscypher Owens drives inside the paint. Mismatch on Caracretia. Tries to get around him. Won't fall. Sincere Harris board. Fast break. Bearcats past the timeline. Working on Mizell. Now it'll be Baba Miller be on the arc on the left wing. Guarded by Owens. Sincere Harris, right wing, left wing. Miller, McKinley now. Caracretia, left wing. Jumper, 3! Rattles in and out again. Picked up by McKinley, who tries to throw it to his right. Looking for a Bearcat player, none to be found.
And Creasa was really heavily guarded on that 3. Freddie Hicks was up in his face, hands all the way extended up. He had to try to shoot that one a little bit higher of an arc to get it over Hicks's arms, and just ended up a little bit too short.
Hicks, interestingly enough, has 4 fouls on the night. He's still on the court from this depleted Tarleton State roster. Some confusion on the court. Technical foul on Cade Douglas. It's right to be frustrated when you're 14 down against the Cincinnati Bearcats with just under 3 minutes to go, but that is sloppy from Cade Douglas. Damian Porter Jr. will check in for Cade Douglas as he gets reprimanded by Billy Gillespie on the sidelines. Mizell will take it up the court, past that timeline. Works at the top of the key, now the right wing by the 5th Third logo. O'Cypher Owens looks to find space, none there. Porter Jr. Kelly, 3! Doesn't fall. Now Baba Miller with his 10th rebound. Double-double on the night for him. Now working on the right wing, top of the key. Caracretia, Sincere Harris tying his shoe on the left corner. Caracretia trying to find his way around Mizell. Dede Thomas now on the left wing. Guarded by Kelly. Long 3, Dede Thomas. I think hits the rim, but Sincere Harris gets the offensive board and finds the 2-pointer from just about 8 feet on the baseline.
Nice jumper by Harris, but he's got to learn the double knot before the game. You don't want those coming undone.
Mizell now finds Owens in the corner. He works over Creasha. Jumper doesn't fall. Rebound, Baba Miller, his 11th of the night. Dede Thomas works to Creasha. Left wing, 3-pointer, right wing, excuse me. Doesn't fall, rebound, O'Cypher Owens. Gets it to Mizell at the C. Paul logo. Hicks, Damian Porter Jr. Works inside, blocked by Baba Miller. Long pass, Creasha over the head of Hicks. Layup denied at the rim. Will be goaltending, I believe, called on Freddie Hicks.
Goaltending the basket counts. Checking in with Charles State.
As
Number 30, Kim
Matthias Vrabel will come in for Leroy Kelly. As Cincinnati fans file out of 5th Third Arena, they think it's over. They will lead by 18 with just over 1 minute remaining. 1 minute, 19 seconds left in the second half. All but over.
An interesting note, the spread beforehand was Cincinnati by 17.5, and the lead is 18, so very tight if you're a betting man.
Bettors are sweating the result of this one. Mizell now picks it up at the C. Paul logo, guarded heavily by Dede Thomas. Now to Porter. Guarded by Harris. Back to Mizell, still tightly guarded by Thomas. Now to number 30, that's Cam Thomas. Gets it inside to Owens. Blocked by Mustafa Chiam. Slop. Oh no, it'll find the arms of Mizell. Owens back to Mizell, jumper. And he'll knock it down for the 17-footer. And Tarleton State will take a timeout, 74-58. The lead now being 16. The spread is under now. Interesting for bettors across America betting on Cincinnati, Tarleton State. But with 45 seconds remaining, it is all but over here in 5th Third Arena, but we'll still take a break. We'll be right back. And we return to Fifth Third Arena on the tail end of this blowout victory for the Bearcats. Much needed for the Bearcats as Dede Thomas dribbles it to the C-Paul logo. Still closely guarded by Mazel. Guarding it like it's Celestine on the pick and roll. Dede Thomas draws the foul on the three-point shot. It's the side of the backboard, but will be fouled by Matthias Vrabel. They will turn the shot clock off as Grant Derbyshire waits in the wings, awaiting the free throws from Dede Thomas. Dede Thomas shooting 96% from the free throw line this year. Hits another one, 75-58 now. Jordy Rodriguez in the game now. Derbyshire still waiting in the wings. And Dede Thomas hits two. Hicks will come in for Vrabel.
And the lead back up to 18. It's going to be tight on the spread till the very end.
27 seconds remain in this second half. Dede Thomas readies the shot. And it rattles in and out. Dede Thomas with a rare miss from the charity stripe. And two players from the Tarleton State side are ejected.
That was very quick.
O'Cypher Owens pleading his case to the assistant coach, Glenn Cyprian. I'm not sure what happened. Were two players ejected? I think two were.
For sure, Owens. But what could he have possibly done at the end to be ejected?
It's a close game. People are frustrated. Tempers are high. And
he's still on the floor.
Dede Thomas was ejected, apparently. That's interesting. Wes Miller pleading his case to the referee as O'Cypher Owens will trot through the tunnel. Coach is clearly upset with him. Interesting way to end this second half here at Fifth Third Arena. It'll be taken up the court by Cam Thomas. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds left. Guarded closely by Derbyshire, picked up by Mazel on the right wing. Three-pointer will rattle in and out for Cam Thomas. Board Jordy Rodriguez, who is in for garbage time as 10 seconds remain on the clock. Sincere Harris will dribble it out, and that'll do it for us here at Fifth Third Arena. 76-58 will be the final score for the Bearcats over the Tarleton State Texans.
I mean, all things considered, you come away with a win. That's what you came here to do. 18 points. They shot the three really, really well, 41%. There's some good takeaways for the Bearcats tonight, but the next game is the most important game of the season. It's the Crosstown Shootout Friday night. And you have to watch this film back, see what worked, see what didn't, and make adjustments before that game Friday.
Something to note, Cincinnati committed 11 fouls tonight. 4 of them coming for Mustafa Chiam, who was guarding closely in the paint. But the team leaders will be Kara Creech at 20 points, most of those coming from beyond the arc. And Baba Miller with 11 rebounds. He gets his double-double. But that'll just about do us here at Fifth Third Arena as once more the Bearcats take a well-deserved and well-needed win over the Tarleton State Texans, 76-58. I'm Miles Essenpreis, joined by Justin Dedrick, and we'll see you next time.